And Mr. Brucker, we're going to need your signature on that document. Mr. Anderson, have you already signed it?
I've signed it, Your Honor, and I've emailed it to your court.
Okay, all righty. Then once it comes back, Miguel, have you signed it already? The 3914?
They're always signed by
Okay.
me, Your Honor.
So Mr. Brucker's the only one missing. Okay, so huh?
So I sent it to the annex. I just want to verify that they received it. Make sure I did the right
Annex,
one.
did you receive a 3914?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, okay, all righty. This concludes this plea. Mr. Brucker, have you understood everything? Do you have any questions? Okay, all righty. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, just one brief thing. Mr. Brucker may not be aware of this, and so is to make him understand why it's going this way. We were going to do the felony plea as well yesterday. In that case, he was going to plead to 90 days, and that is still an agreement in that case. The 409th must be in trial or something's going on, so they canceled the plea. They have rescheduled your plea, Mr. Brucker, on the felony case. I believe it's 2 weeks, and I'm sorry for that, but as soon as you get we get that on the plea docket, you'll be able to plead to 90 days on that felony, and of course you will have sufficient credit to have served that. That was also part of the, and I should have interjected that earlier, Judge. That was also part of the plea agreement, is that he would plead to the felony case.
Okay.
And receive 90 days.
Okay, and for the record, that's 2023-0D-00252. The rec is going to be 90 days. Both cases will run concurrent with each other. And I'm showing a reset date of May 4th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay? Okay.
I'll
All
see
righty.
you, Mr. Brucker. Thank you, Judge.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Miguel. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Who's next, Mike?
Okay, Judge, we have Sarah check.
Who? Does she have, please?
Yeah, well, it's for the public defenders. I don't know if it's to public defenders.
Okay, that's on who? On McLean? Oh, yeah, I think it's her. So let her in. Let's move on to McLean, please. McLean.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you have Mr. McLean? Is he your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, he's next, okay?
Okay.
All right, he's at the downtown facility.
Okay, can somebody call downtown? See why
Yes.
they're not on? Mel, anyone? Okay, then Priscilla Reina, do you have her there?
That's Gabriel
Bombara?
is gonna be covering.
Let
up.
me see, Gabe Bombara, is he on, Mike?
Oh, yes, he is.
Let him in and then put Sarah in the waiting room.
What's your candidate ask?
This one is Priscilla Reina.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bombara. And good morning, Ms. Reina. Can you hear us?
Good morning, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all righty. Good morning, everyone. We are here under cause number 2022-0C-00190, State of Texas versus Priscilla Reina. May I have announcements from council, please?
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Gabriel Bombara from Ms. Reina. Ready, Your Honor.
And Ms. Reina, I need your complete name, date of birth, and let me know if you are a U.S. citizen, please.
Priscilla Reina, July 28, 1994, and yes, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, and Ms. Reina, you're being charged with the offense of assault. That is a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is a fine up to $4,000 and or jail time up to 1 year. On this case, you have the right to have a jury trial. If you do not wish to plead guilty, we can have a trial in front of a jury in front of the court. Would you like to have a trial? Would you like to plead guilty?
I would like to plead guilty.
And what is the recommendation from the state and what's been tendered to the defense pursuant to 3914?
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation from the state is 24 months of straight probation, a fine of $1,000 probated, court cost, community service hours of 350, although I believe the statutory limit is 200. Battery intervention prevention program, Your Honor, curfew, urine and or blood analyses, no offensive contact with Jorge Reyna, standard terms and conditions of probation, and upon entering of the plea, Your Honor, dismissal of felony ending in cause number 0556. Pursuant to 3914, Your Honor, the state has tendered various law enforcement reports, records, and supplements, in addition to, looks like 4 officer histories, various audio files, and in addition to various video files, Your Honor.
Mr. Bombara, have you had an opportunity to review everything that's been placed on portal or tendered to you?
Yes, Your Honor, I have, as well as Joseph Dowd, who is normally her attorney. He is out sick, but I did review the discovery this morning also.
Okay, and Ms. Reina, is this your understanding of the recommendation that in exchange for a dismissal of your felony in the 327th, that you be placed on probation here for 2 years, along with all the conditions that were mentioned a few minutes ago? Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I do not have to follow this recommendation. However, if I do, you may not appeal my decision without my permission. And before we proceed, Ms. Reina, I need to ask you, are you okay with us proceeding on Zoom?
Yes,
Please, okay. And Mr. Hernandez, are you waiving your right to be in court?
The state so waives.
Okay, and to this offense, Ms. Reina, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
The court is going to accept your guilty plea, finds you guilty of this offense, sentences you to the recommendation of the state, which is 2 years of probation. And the court is going to give you credit for all your jail time towards all your cost, okay? So that'll take care, it should take care of all your cost. And is there anything else from the state or from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I will be contacting the felony prosecutor about dismissal of that felony.
Okay, and Mr. Bombara, everything should be, well, all the documentation or everything should be ready in about less than 5 minutes in case the felony prosecutor wants to double check that the plea of guilty did proceed.
All right, then
Okay.
I'll call up Hunter in about 30 minutes. to
Okay,
say,
perfect.
hey, dismiss this.
Yes.
Ms. Reina, we're
Okay.
going to be trying to get you out today, okay? As long as everything goes through like I explained yesterday, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, all righty. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Bombara.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you so much.
See you, Mr. Hernandez. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, bye-bye. Downtown, let's go ahead and go with Mr. McLean. Sarah, you're up. And then after this, we're gonna go with Carl DeCotes, okay? After this, Carl DeCotes. Good morning, Mr. McLean. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We are here under clause number 2023-0C01898, State of Texas versus Andrew Paul McLean. May I have announcements from council, please?
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Sarah Jigley for Mr. McLean, also ready to proceed.
And Mr. McLean, I need your complete name, date of birth, and let me know if you are a U.S. citizen, please.
Andrew Russell Paul McLean, and yes, I'm a U.S. citizen.
And your date of birth, please.
11/17/1980.
Okay, and Mr. McLean, you're being charged with the offense of assault. That is a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is a fine up to $4,000 and or jail time up to 1 year. On this case, you have the right to have a jury trial. If you do not wish to plead guilty, we can have a trial in front of a jury in front of the court. Would you like to have a trial? Would you like to plead guilty?
I'd like to plead guilty, ma'am.
And I also need to advise you, I believe you are on parole. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need to give you admonish you about that and basically tell you that by pleading guilty or anything that you do on this case may affect your parole. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the other question I also need to ask is, are you okay with proceeding with this plea of guilty through Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Mr. Hernandez, are you okay with proceeding with this plea of guilty through Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, And Mr. Hernandez, what's the recommendation and what has been tendered to the defense pursuant to 3914?
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation is 45 days in jail with credit for time served, in addition to court cost. Pursuant to 3914, Your Honor, the state has tendered various law enforcement reports, records, and supplements, in addition to an officer history and an audio file, Your Honor, and that constitutes the state's substantive production.
Ms. Jakely, have you had an opportunity to review everything that's been placed on portal or tendered to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. McLean, is this your understanding of the recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the record, let me see, you've been there since
I have 32 days.
March 14th, and you will receive credit for all the time that you've been there and towards your sentence as well as your cost. And to the offense of assault, Mr. McLean, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, ma'am.
The court is going to accept your guilty plea, finds you guilty of this offense, sentences you to the recommendation of the state. And is there anything else from the state or from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. McLean, have you understood everything? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. I understand everything fine.
Okay, all righty. Thank you so much and good luck, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Downtown, do you guys have anybody else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty. Thank you, downtown.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Who's next? I have two more.
Okay, I was gonna do all my pleas first, so my next one's gonna be Klingenberg. Who has Klingenberg?
The annex.
The annex, Your Honor.
Okay, then annex, there we go. Let Carl in and get Sarah out. Did I fill out a docket sheet on McLean? Because it's not coming up. Did I? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Dakotes, and good morning, Ms. Klingenberg.
Morning, Judge.
Ms. Klingenberg, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Let's see, let's get started. We are here under cause numbers 2021-0C01971, 2023-0C00762, as well as 2022-0C05408. State of Texas versus Mary Beth Klingenberg, and may I have announcements from council, please.
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Carl Dakotes for Miss Klingenberg, ready.
And Ms. Klingenberg, go ahead and give me your complete name, date of birth, and let me know if you are a U.S. citizen, please.
Mary Beth Klingenberg, 2/4/1986, and yes, I'm a U.S. citizen.
And ma'am, you're being charged with 3 offenses. All of them are Class B misdemeanors, and 2 of them are criminal trespass, as well as a failure to identify. Range of punishment on each one is a fine up to $2,000 and or jail time up to 180 days. On these 3 cases, you have the right to have a jury trial. If you do not wish to plead guilty, we can have a trial in front of a jury in front of the court. Would you like to have a trial? Would you like to plead guilty?
I'm pleading guilty.
And what is the recommendation from the state and what's been tendered to the defense?
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation from the state on the 3 cases, Your Honor, to run concurrent is going to be 80 days in jail with credit for time served and court costs. Upon the entrance of the plea, Your Honor, the state will be dismissing a felony cause number ending in last 4 digits 0520. Pursuant to 3914, Your Honor, the state has tendered various law enforcement reports, records, and supplements in addition to officer histories and various video and audio files in each of the 3 cases, Your Honor.
Agreed, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Klingenberg, is this your understanding of the recommendation that you're going to plead guilty to the 3 misdemeanors you will be sentenced to 80 days in the county jail. You have credit for since January 18th of 2023 to the present. And then the felony, which is out of the 171st, which is 2023-0D-00520 will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
I do not have to follow this recommendation. However, if I do, you may not appeal my decision without my permission. Let's start off with a failure ID, which is ending with 1971. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Criminal trespass ending with 762. Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And criminal trespass ending with 5408. Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
The court is going to accept your guilty pleas, finds you guilty of these three offenses, sentences you to 80 days in the county jail. All three cases are running concurrent with each other, and you will be given credit, jail credit towards your sentence as well as your cost. And Mr. DeCoste, will you be notifying the prosecutor in the 171st that these pleas
Yep.
have already occurred?
I'll take care of that today, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty, thank you. Ms. Klingenberg, any questions? Have you understood everything?
Be released today?
You will be released once that felony dismissal is signed.
Okay. yes,
Judge,
ma'am.
I just got a text from my office asking if it's been pled out so that they can let the 171st know. So
Okay.
we're on it.
Yeah, Mr. DeCoste is on it and he's gonna work as hard as he can on this, okay? But on the misdemeanor side, you should be done today completely, okay?
Okay, yes,
All
ma'am.
righty, good luck, ma'am. Thank you. Let's move on to Mr. Casares. Let Mr. Annex, let's move on with Casares. Let Mr. Macias in.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
All righty, bye-bye, Carl. Good morning, Mr. Macias. Good morning, Mr. Casares. Can you hear us? Okay. Let me just wait on your attorney so I can see him, okay?
All right.
In the meantime, downtown, who do you have? So I'll know.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm gonna have Gutierrez and Peterson. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, take more than 2 minutes because I still have this plea.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So you Scott Peterson and Gutierrez, got it. Frank, let me know when you're ready.
We're ready, Judge.
All righty, thank you. Good
Thank
morning,
you.
everyone. We are here under clause numbers 2018-0C02098 as well as 2019-0C06406. State of Texas versus Juan Casares. May I have announcements from council, please?
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Good morning, Judge Trejo. Francisco F. Macias for Mr. Cáceres, and we're ready to proceed also.
Thank you. And Mr. Casares, I need your complete name, your date of birth, and let me know if you are a U.S. citizen, please.
Juan Cáceres, 8/25/96. Yes, ma'am, I'm a citizen.
Okay, and Mr. Casares, you're being charged with 2 misdemeanors. The first one is an assault. That is a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is a fine up to $4,000 and or jail time up to 1 year. And you also have a criminal mischief that carries the same range of punishment. On both cases, you have the right to have a jury trial. If you do not wish to plead guilty, we can have a trial in front of a jury in front of the court. Would you like to have a trial? Or would you like to plead guilty, sir?
Like to plead guilty, ma'am?
Okay, and before we move on, Mr. Casares, are you consenting to do this plea of guilty through Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Mr. Hernandez, are you consenting to do this plea of guilty through Zoom?
The state consents, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Hernandez, go ahead and tell me what's been uploaded into portal or tendered to the defense pursuant to 3914 and what the rec is.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation in both of these misdemeanor cases, Your Honor, is going to be 100 days in jail with credit for time served in addition to court costs to run concurrent, Your Honor. Pursuant to 3914, the state has tendered various law enforcement reports, records, and supplements and officer histories, Your Honor, in each of the cases. In 6406, that looks like that is all for that particular production, Your Honor. As far as 2098, the state has tendered various photographs and video files as well, Your Honor.
And Mr. Macias, have you had an opportunity to review everything that's been placed on portal or tendered to you on these misdemeanors?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Okay, and Mr. Casares, is the 100 days in the county jail your understanding? Both cases are running concurrent with each other. And in addition to that, you have been in the county jail since 2018. So you, the time that you've been there will count towards your sentence as well as your cost. Is that your understanding, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and to the offense of assault, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, ma'am.
And to the criminal mischief, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, ma'am.
The court is going to accept your guilty pleas on both of these cases, sentences you to 100 days in the county jail. Both cases are running concurrent with each other, and you will be credited all the time that you've served on these cases towards your sentence and your cost. Is there anything else from the state or from the defense?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Casares, have you understood everything? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all righty. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Then, Annex, who else do you have?
You have Bencourt, Hugh, Valadez, and Grau.
Grau. Okay, are we pleading Grau? Or what are we doing, Danny?
Not right, we are, but not right this time.
Okay, so you haven't gone to go talk to him?
No.
Okay, do you want me to tell them, what do I tell Grau? Okay, and then we're trying to get the Tuesday, so
Have
that
it.
way we can try to plea him on Tuesday.
11 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Frank.
Have you excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good seeing you. Can you put on Mr. Grau?
Yes, ma'am. Give us 1 second.
Okay, hold on. Two options.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See, whenever. Okay, good morning, Mr. Grau. Okay, your attorney is here. He's here in the courtroom. I don't know. Let me see, Daniel. Let me see if I can. Do you see him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, okay. There you are. Okay, Mr. Grau, this is what we're gonna do. You've already taken care of all your felonies, is that correct?
Yes.
So the misdemeanors are the only things holding you. And unfortunately, your attorney has not had an opportunity to go to the county jail. So instead of me having you there till Tuesday, I'm going to PR bond you on the misdemeanors. But I do need for you to show up to the court on Monday morning, okay? What time, Daniel? 10 o'clock? At 10 o'clock. That way you can do the pleas here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, will you show up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, because if you don't show up, what's gonna happen?
Or from the.
Yeah, there's gonna be warrants, and guess what? You're gonna wind up back where you are. So I'm gonna trust you and show up Monday morning at 10 a.m., 7th floor, County Criminal Court number 1. Your attorney will be here, and then we'll proceed with your plea of guilties, okay? And in the meantime, we'll release you today,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay? All righty, thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Mike, we're gonna need to do PR bonds on him. Okay, let's see, Daniel, 10 o'clock. Okay, let me see, who else do we have on? I'm going crazy. Let's go with, well, I know, but Nava was here first, so. Okay, let Nava in. Who has Valadez? Or Valdez?
Valadez Miguel,
Yes, him.
fixed up him.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Valadez. Can you hear us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Nava.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, on this one, what are we doing today? Are we doing a bond hearing? Where are we on this case? Has a recommendation been given? Where are we?
Your Honor, so for whatever reason, I was locked out of Portal 2 days ago. It says my credentials are invalid. I've been in touch with the ITD help desk. They were supposed to help me have access to it. And then I've emailed DA Portal Tech and I'm still waiting on them. So I'm not sure where in the case we are based on that factor, but I do believe we wanted to proceed with the bond hearing today.
Okay, then let's go ahead and proceed. Good morning, everyone. We are here under cause number 2023-0C01945, State of Texas versus Miguel Valadez. And may I have announcements from council, please.
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Alyssa Nava on behalf of Mr. Valadez, Your Honor, and we're ready to proceed.
Okay, and let the record reflect that Mr. Valadez is present. And it's your motion, Ms. Nava, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, Mr. Valadez does have a $750 cash surety bond. However, he is not able to afford anything at this time as he is indigent. He has lived here in El Paso since about the time he was enrolled in the 1st grade. He's been living with his mother, and if he were released, that is also where he would reside. He is currently self-employed, working on air conditioners, and gets subcontracted with several different companies. If and when released, he would continue to do this to be able to pay his bills and help support his mother. This is the first time that he has ever been arrested for anything above a Class C traffic ticket. So he has no priors. I know the concern is that he currently does not have status in the United States. However, it's my understanding there will be a federal agent that comes and interviews him, and depending on this offense, depending on the fact that he hasn't been released, there's a good likelihood that they'll release him to the streets pending any issue with immigration.
Okay. And Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe the last time we met on this defendant, there was a nice hold that Ms. Nava was going to address, and it sounds like she has gotten with the defendant and the authorities pertaining to the defendant. Your Honor, I do see that he's been in jail close to 1 month, and I can confirm that is pursuant to his criminal history, Your Honor. I only see this arrest. So for those reasons, Your Honor, the state is unopposed.
Okay, and I know that Mr. Gallegos has resided in New Mexico, right? Is there any criminal history in New Mexico?
Let me pull his rap sheet right now, Your Honor.
Okay,
Don't see anything, Your Honor.
okay. Then based on all the information that's been proffered to the court is going to place Mr. Valadez on a PR bond, 750 PR bond. And the conditions are going to be commit no further offenses, no drugs, must maintain contact with CJC. And Mel, when do we want to set them up? Give me a date, 1 month,
Okay, Judge.
so I can tell Mr. Valadez.
Want to do just a discovery compliance Zoom, or do you want
Yes,
to do it in person?
well, we can do it through Zoom. Let's do it in a month, just to make sure that Ms. Nava has contact with him.
Let's do it for May 10th at 1:30 for a discovery compliance hearing.
Okay, and Mr. Valadez, your next hearing will be May 10th, 2023. It'll be through Zoom. Please maintain contact with your attorney. I also need to advise you that if you do not comply with your probation conditions, you may be rearrested again, and at that point, you will stay in the county jail until we have your trial, okay? All righty, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty, bye-bye. Brian Kennedy. All righty, thank you, Ms. Nava. Then let's move on to Mr. Gutierrez. I believe it's downtown. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, let me see, you're on mute, Mr. Kennedy. Good morning, everyone. We are here on a status on Sergio Gutierrez, interference with public duties. And what is the status of this case? Has the state given a recommendation to the defense?
Pardon me, Your Honor, what is the name of the defendant?
Sergio Gutierrez?
I was going to say, we did have an amended offer last night from Mr. Hernandez. We are going out to check it. I do believe that we should be setting this for a plea as quickly as possible, because it is within the parameters we were looking for, and I will confirm that with my client this afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, and just so you'll know, Mr. Kennedy, we're trying to get the Tuesday. We're trying to have jail pleas on Tuesday, so we can accommodate you Tuesday morning, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
I will let everybody know this afternoon.
Okay, all righty. Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you. Okay, who's left? Sarah, okay, with Miss Pugh. Okay, let Sarah in. Okay, let's move on to Miss Pugh. Okay, good morning, everyone. We are here under cause numbers 2022-0C03534, as well as 2023 P file 03456. State of Texas versus Bree, Janae, Deanna, Pooh, and may I have announcements from council, please.
Miguel Hernandez for the state, ready to proceed.
Sarah Jakely for Ms. Pugh, also ready to proceed.
And we are here on a bond hearing. But before we start on that, the assault has not been filed, right? It's still a P file. Is that correct?
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm checking right now if it has been filed, but I have received a notification from the intake department that it has been screened and accepted, and if it has not been filed as of today, it will be filed, Your Honor.
Okay. And we are here on a bond hearing on the theft as well as the assault, family violence. Ms. Jakely, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Pugh is homeless, and when she was granted PR bond in the past, it was the reason she picked up a new warrant was because we hadn't been able to get in touch with her, but now we have made contact. We are in touch with her. We have secured her a place at the Welcome Center. My social worker is working on getting her a bus pass to get her over there, and she has my contact information. I have contact information for members of her family and her friends so that we can remain in contact. I've admonished her as to the importance of making court dates and keeping up with PR so that if she is released again, I believe she will be in contact and it won't be an issue again in the future.
Mr. Hernandez, tell me her criminal history.
Yes, Your Honor, as far as her criminal history listed on portal, I only see the two charges before, Your Honor, the theft, Class B, and the assault. Let me pull her rap sheet very quickly, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, earlier you said assault family violence, but it is just a regular assault.
I do see a larceny, Your Honor, from an arrest date of September of 2020 in North Carolina. I do not know what the final, the disposition was a dismissal on that, Your Honor. That's the only other charge I see. And the state does not oppose the movement, Your Honor, as far as the PR bond. Just respectfully request that a condition of the bond be that the defendant keep away from the Walmart located on 7555 North Mesa and have no offensive contact with the individual that is the victim on the PFAL assault, Your Honor, and I'll get you that name right now. The reports are up on the PFAL, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, you're on mute. I don't know if you're intending to.
Sorry. What I was saying was that for the record, the assault allegedly occurred 15 days ago. Ms. Pugh is still in the county jail on that, and the case hasn't been filed. And I was going to check the documents to see if I could read the facts of the unfiled case. Let me see.
It was an assault at the Salvation Army facility, Your Honor. We would also ask as a condition of the PR bond that the defendant keep away from that address.
Do we have a name?
I'm looking, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I have an Alicia Elizabeth Greshayowak.
Can you please spell the last name?
Yes, Your Honor, it is Greshowyak.
Okay. All righty, the court is going to grant PR bond on both cases. Let me see what the and Ms. Pugh, I need to see you here Friday morning at 9 a.m. If you are not here, guess where you're gonna wind up again? Okay, so Mel, a in-person hearing, discovery compliance hearing, or status hearing for Friday at 9 a.m. And the conditions will be stay away from all Walmarts on the theft case, as well as must maintain contact with CJC, no further offenses, no drugs, And then on the P file, it's no contact with Alicia Grishuak, and stay away from the Salvation Army, as well as no drugs, no offenses, and must maintain contact with CJC. Anything else on these two cases?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll see you on Friday, Ms. Pugh.
All right, Ms. Pugh, just call me as soon as you can, okay? You have my number.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. What are the bonds? Okay, then that turned into PR bond. Okay, let's go on with Mr. Betancourt. Who has Mr. Betancourt, the annex?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Betancourt.
Morning.
How are you feeling today?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, before we proceed, could I just ask that we stop the stream, as this was gonna involve mental health issues?
Okay. Due to the fact that we will be going into cases that that include a person's mental